record this thing. Awesome. Awesome. Can you guys hear me okay? Will you just give me a thumbs up if you can hear me? Super duper. All right. Well, we got 55 people on this thing, and I think I see people still continuing to come on, so that's exciting. Welcome, 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 you guys. It's amazing to see all of your faces. I'm super excited to be on with you tonight as we do a recap of our Epik weekend that we just came off of. Some of us are still traveling home. Some of us got home yesterday. Some people haven't slept in like 3 days. So we're excited to have you guys here. If you guys don't know me, my name is Cameron Moss, and I am absolutely honored to host tonight's Zoom. We have some really incredible stuff lined up for you. And, you know, I just want to kind of let you know, first of all, before we jump in, how this came about. You know, we missed all of you guys so incredibly much that we're not able to be with us in Vegas. But we also understand that life happens and sometimes we can't make it to every single event. So I just want you to know, first and foremost, that our outcome here is not to shame you at all for not being there, and not to just tell you how awesome it was and that we wished you would have been there, because we do. We wish you would have been there. But our goal is to give you some value. Our goal is to give you some information so that you can take what you get tonight and you can apply it into your business, and you don't have to feel like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to go to the next event so my business can blow up, right? No, we want your business to blow up right now along with all of us. We want you to feel the energy and the excitement that we brought home with us, and our goal is for you to just receive all of that tonight. So if you could, and if you would, if you have a pen and paper, go ahead and grab that, because you're going to want to take some notes. We're going to do something a little bit different this time. We've got a lot of people sharing, and they're going to share just really quick, specific takeaways that they got. You might hear an action step. You might hear like an awareness that somebody had where they were like, oh my gosh, I heard this and like everything clicked for me. So I promise you, no matter what, you're going to get some really awesome stuff. So I'm excited to kick us over into the next part of tonight's call. So before we jump into our takeaways, where I have a long list of awesome people that are going to share, I have a couple of our champ ladies who are going to share some of the important stuff, like really fun, exciting, but important details. I like to call it enhancements, because as we know, there's just constant innovation and enhancements in what we do, right? They've never told us news that it was like a bummer. It's always like really good, awesome stuff. So before we jump into the takeaways, we're going to have a couple of our lady champs just tell you about a couple of the exciting things that we learned about that are either already taking place as of now or are going to come. I actually just thought of something as I'm saying this that we don't have in our notes, so I'll make a note and make sure we share that at the end. But without further ado, I'm going to jump right over to one of our pro champs, Miss Lauren Chamberlain. She's out of the Central Florida area, and Lauren is going to tell you about some exciting stuff that we got. So Lauren, the mic is yours.
Yes, thank you, Cameron. I so appreciate you and organizing this, and anyone that was at Epik. Hope you had safe travels back. But some exciting stuff that we learned. We heard a lot of amazing things, everyone, and so much energy and excitement happening right now within our company. But a few things is exciting stuff happening in the future, a Live Better weekend. So talking about trips that we're going to have the opportunity to go on in the future, that's going to be tied in with training and content as well. So think about getting to travel with your fellow provers that are your family, but also getting training and value added into the trip. And that there's going to be details all about it be releasing soon, but there's going to be a website that will be launching soon called livebetter.com. So don't go to it now because it's not fully up, but there's going to be, you know, an opportunity for you to vote on different locations that they're thinking. So collectively as a community, we have to make sure we participate and vote, but you know, an opportunity to travel, be with your fellow provers, get some training tied in, and get to travel to a magical place wherever it's selected. So I know myself, I never allow enough time to travel. So this will give you an opportunity to learn and grow with your community, but also travel and have experiences together that will be really lifetime experiences. Another thing is a fly trip or fly experiences. So that's taking it to a little bit different of a level. Like think of once in a lifetime opportunity trip to really cool places. So I know they've traveled to Scotland and Dubai in the past. So think like a little bit different of scale of traveling, but get to have a little bit more of experience. And then there's going to be some high level speakers there, a lot of activities. So just a lot of awesome stuff. Again, details to follow about that as well, but just get your rads going about trips and in the future traveling as a community. And one thing we learned is creating your live list versus your bucket list. So I know that I started writing my live list when I was in Epik 2020, sitting there and listening to Nick Sarnicola talk about it. And I'm like, yes, I want to travel here, 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 and like circling it. So it's on your mindset and on the forefront of your mind. So you make that a reality. Instead of like thinking bucket list, think of live list, and you will live and start, you know, doing that moving forward. So there was just a lot of amazing things, Cameron, that we went over, and I'm looking at my notebook, but really those two things, and we might have the opportunity to prove up bucks for these trips. So I'm just saying, if you're excited about that, drop it in the chat thread. But that is huge, everyone. Like, opportunities, prove up bucks to go on these experiences together as a community. So I'm fired up about that. I'm going to hand it back over to you, Cameron, and thank you everyone for listening and hopping on tonight.
Awesome. Thank you, Lauren, for sharing. That is super exciting. It's one of the most amazing gifts that we get as being part of this community with Prove It. Y'all, not only are we building these businesses and changing lives, but to be able to live these experiences that a lot of people live their whole life and they never get to do is absolutely incredible. So thank you, Lauren. Next, we're going to hop over to Miss Kristen Matthews.
Hey, y'all. Yes, I'm back in sunny Sarasota, Florida. That trip was so worth it, y'all. I cannot even tell you. And I'm just going to quickly, before I get into like some crazy information, I don't know if anyone knows what I'm about to tell them. Not even the champs. We were all just talking about the content. I just found out something 30 seconds ago that you need to hear. But before I do that, my biggest takeaway, and this is something that we already know. So y'all can just go like this, duh. Okay, you already know about getting people there. Everybody do it. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Duh. We know, right? Exactly. But the power of people. I'm not talking about just promoters here. I had a customer who literally hit me up in the middle of the week that was like, hey, want to go work out this weekend? I'm like, girl, I'm going to be working out, jumping my butt up and down at an event in Vegas this weekend. And she's like, what's that? You guys, she came with me as a guest, as a customer, and got so fired up. She canceled her plans with her friends, stayed with us an extra day, and now has like 20 new conversations going. So for me, my takeaway is it's not just about driving promoters to the events, but like getting everybody. Like, I want my besties, I want my neighbor, everybody at this event. So anyways, don't take anyone out of that equation. Now, I am going to talk to you guys about having the amazing opportunity to put new products on SmartShip. And I know you guys probably heard that the 10-day Drink Ketones Challenge box and the reboot kit now is on SmartShip. We know that's important, right? I'm going to get into that. But Cameron, everybody, I just went into my store and that 10 days Drink Ketones box is now $130. It is no longer $99 in your store anymore, guys. That promotional price is now gone. Now, I did check the challenge.com site. So if it's a brand new person, it still is showing up $99. But in your store, I mean, has anyone had like a customer do the 10-day challenge and they wanted another one? This is why it's so important for them to put it on SmartShip. Okay, 25 reasons why it's important to put on SmartShip. I know my brain as like a business entrepreneur, who doesn't want an extra 10-day Drink Ketones Challenge box and an extra reboot kit, just like sitting in your car, sitting on your counter every single month? You just want an extra one. People miss ordering the reboot kit. People want that 10-day box like right away. They don't want to wait 4 days shipping. So for me, I'm putting one on my SmartShip just to have as inventory myself. Now, the best benefit to having both of them on your SmartShip, you or a customer, is it says it saves $10, but we're going to keep it real. It's saving $56. Okay, because it's really $130. And you guys, this makes me a little bit like on edge that our reboot kit really says it's $94. We've been gifted this $79 price, but like it's really full price $94 too. So it makes me think like, is that going to start being full price as well? I need to put this on my SmartShip. So just wanted to give you guys some of those awarenesses to get that on your SmartShip, drive other people to do so as well.
I love that. Thank you, Kristen. Amazing stuff there. I hope y'all were writing down. That was like a lot of little fired off things that we needed to know. Super important, super exciting, more of an encouragement for people to be on SmartShip. And that's what we want, you guys. That's the solidity of our business. So this is an enhancement. It's a tool. I just want to remind y'all of that. Love that. Thank you, Lauren. So, Kristen. Next, I'm going to hop over to another one of our lady champs, Miss Samantha Rose.
Hey, how's it going? Hi. All right. So first of all, I just want to thank you guys all for hopping on and, just knowing the importance of really plugging into what these events can bring for you. So all of you guys are going to be there next time, right? Everybody on this call is going to find the way, make the way, and work with whoever they're working with to get there. Because let me tell you, every single time I leave an event, it's mind blowing. It's like, even if I might have heard something that I've already heard before, it really just depends like where you are within your business when you hear it. And sometimes you just need the reminders, right? You might not learn something new, but you need to be reminded of something that you understood in the past. And that's really what my biggest takeaway was. Keep it like the simplicity of what we're doing here, of introducing people to an amazing product, creating these stories, creating these experiences, plugging people into our community, which also includes plugging into people into the events. I mean, the events do all the work for you while you're there. And just like Kristen said, bringing people, the same thing. I love bringing customers to events. I try to make it a point to bring a handful of customers, even if it's just for one day, half of a day. I had a customer attend this event as well, and he had never tried ketones before. I've tried to talk to him about it multiple times over the last 2 years, and he's never really pulled the trigger, but he lives in Vegas. I haven't seen him in like 4 years, but I just invited him. And, he came in right at the beginning and left after lunch, and he saw 2 speakers, and he's like, you know what, I'm doing this reboot. I want to know what 30 days of ketones is like I'm doing the challenge, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And now he's like, I really love the community. Thank you so much for inviting me. I really needed that. Like, I'm in a place in my life right now where I just needed that energy and that support and that love. So it was just like it was so amazing just to see that, because I had no intention. I just didn't know what he was going to get out of it. And he got so much. So that was huge for me. But what I want to talk to you guys right now about is how to get your team there. Like, not only focusing on getting you there, but really taking it to that next level and getting your team there and making sure that your sense of urgency is on and you are prepared now. So one thing that I love to do is create as if, right? I love to create a group chat immediately and say, who's on board, who's committed, let's do this, let's get in communications, let's talk one-on-one, who's doing this, who needs help with planning. I also like to go the extra mile and get all the numbers down. Look and see how much flights are, or help your promoter or customer see how much flights are. Help them, walk them through the process now. Get it in their brain now. And even if they can only come for 1 day or 2 days or however many days, it all matters. So just going into action now. I also love making a Facebook post, every 4 weeks, and kind of taking a scan and say, who do I know in the Dallas area? Who do I know in Texas? Who do I know that lives there? Who do I know that can tell me where to go, what to do, what to see? Not necessarily like trying to sell them over Facebook, but just connecting with people who are there. You have no idea how many people might have moved there from your Facebook. And here's a little pro tip. You can go search the search bar on the top of your Facebook and write friends in Texas, and literally all of your friends in Texas will pop up. You can do that with city, state, whatever. So that's huge. Start reaching out now. Start creating these conversations because now you have time, right? You have time to be prepared. It's huge, huge, huge. And then just know that we have these environments for a reason. There's layered levels of education and layered levels of communities, environments within our ecosystem. So getting yourself there and getting your people there will literally change the trajectory of your business forever. So hopefully that helps.
Yes, forever, ever. No, I love that, Sam. That's so good. And I know you're great at getting ahead of the ball, and starting to lead into the next event. So appreciate you touching on that. And at the end of this, I'll remind everyone, the dates of the next event and where at and all that good stuff. So thank you. So That was awesome. I appreciate you three ladies kind of sharing some of the information that we got, some of kind of what's to come, from the company side of things, what's coming up next as far as our next event. Now we're going to jump into some shares from people that were at the event. Some people, this was their first event. Others, it was their second. Others, it was their 15th. So we are going to go through and we're going to hammer through this thing, y'all. We're going to have each person that is has said, that they want to share, take about 60 to 90 seconds and just share your biggest takeaway, what you're going to implement in your business right away that everyone can do, whether they were at the event or not. They can take this and they can get value out of it and they can add it right into their business, and or what you're most excited about with what's to come. So we're going to start out with Mr. Pro Champ Alexander Gonzalez.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Hey.
Can you hear me? Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. It's so funny because I was just thinking to myself, I hope she doesn't call my name first. I've lost my voice a little bit, so I apologize, but I will project and get it out. I'm one of the people on the other side of the pendulum where this has been, my 15th event or something. I've been to a lot of events and I've had the pleasure of being able to say I've been to some incredible events. And a lot of times you do leave the event and it's like best event ever. I can say that the last couple events I've left thinking, wow, this is such a great event, but I didn't necessarily leave best event ever. And I left this event truly thinking best event ever. I was so pumped up from the energy. I thought the speakers were phenomenal. And one of my biggest takeaways in all of this is that it takes a shit ton of courage to build the kind of life that I want to build. And I haven't even allowed myself to be scared enough to use courage. I've literally sat paralyzed, avoiding fear instead of facing it. And it's time to make a change. And when the Iron Cowboy stated that it's time to intentionally get uncomfortable and get comfortable getting uncomfortable, that's the thing that I'm taking away more than ever. And the second I start to feel scared and I have some big plans that I have coming and I'm really scared about them, I'm realizing that that's the feeling and vibration telling me I'm going in the right direction and not that fear or that fight or flight mechanism kicking in saying I gotta run. You see what I'm saying? And so one of the things that I'm literally trying to do every single day is see what I can do to make myself feel very uncomfortable. And listen, it doesn't take a lot. I'm not very comfortable going to work out. Like that makes me uncomfortable. It sucks. I don't want to be around people that are like fit and like whatever. Do you know what I'm saying? So this isn't like go climb Mount Kilimanjaro. Understand that we face fears every single day and the choice is ours to either face them or to run from them. And I'm leaving Epik deciding that I'm running towards the fear and knowing that my life is going to be turned upside down for the best. So.
Yes, I love it. I love it. Man, I'm fired up. You're awesome, Alex. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Next, we're going to pop over to Miss Dee Dee.
Hey guys, it's Dee Dee Chiavuzzi from Bartow, Florida. I decided to take my walk and forgot about the call, so you guys forgive me, I'm walking. I think two of my biggest takeaways came from before and was just pounded this time is like 90% of life is showing up, and 90% of this business and this life is just showing up. That was definitely one thing that I take away every time, because you don't know what you're going to learn. You don't know what you're going to miss. You don't know who you're going to miss. And then Alex had my other one, the get comfortable being uncomfortable. So those are two of my takeaways that I definitely wanted to share. They're just kind of in general, but.
No, that's perfect. Thank you so much, Dee Dee. Love that. All right, we're going to hop over to Miss Lynn Knowles next.
Hey, everybody. How are you tonight? I am fired up, and I'm so fired up listening to all of you. My gosh, I feel like I'm back at Epik. It's amazing. And so that's one of the things I wanted to talk about really is my greatest takeaway is a two-parter, but they tie together. I have heard Joseph McClendon speak a few times. But I am telling you, he was speaking directly to me at this event. And what I heard him say that I've heard other people say, but it hit home this time, was the reason, there's two main reasons why people in this type of business are successful. And that is total immersion, proximity, right? So for me, total immersion doesn't mean that I have to do this business 24 hours a day, but it means when I am on it, I am on it, and I am laser focused on what I'm doing, and nothing's going to stop me. So the total immersion of that is awesome. The proximity, oh my gosh, it's one thing to have proximity when you have some teammates around you, when you're able to get together face to face, but when you are in proximity of 1,400 people that are all there with one purpose, one goal in mind, and that is to find a better version of themselves, and to, most of them want to build a business, right? I mean, I want to build a business. Do you want to build a business? So I'm telling you, the proximity of being around all those people, I've got goosebumps right now thinking about it. It gives me so much energy and so much power when I get home. But let me tie it in quickly, Cameron, if you don't mind. One thing that set all of that up for me in my mind to come home to bring forward, and what I can take forward, is when we were at the gala event, and I know not everyone was there, you got to make sure you get to the gala next time because it's amazing. But when Josh Rapkin got on stage and he talked about never stopping, no matter what, and just going forward, and in the ups and the downs of the business, and the times he wanted to quit, but he stayed the course. He stayed the course, and he showed up to every event. He talked about showing up to every event, getting that proximity, getting that energy, learning from other people, talking to other people. And that is what I did while I was there. And I learned so much. I'm not going to give up no matter what. I hope no one else does. Just get yourself to the event. Make sure that you start planning now. I heard somebody say, start saving your pennies, start making those plans now. Do it. It changes your business and it changes your life.
Gosh, that made me emotional. Did anybody else feel that? There was some power behind that. Man, that is so true. I see you, Jill. I see you, girl. We got chill bumps over here. Okay, that was awesome. Thank you so much, Lynn. We love you. You're a rock star. Mr. Lonnie, are you there on the line, sir?
Hey, what's going on?
All right, mic is yours.
How are you guys? My name is Lonnie. I'm coming to you guys live from New York. This was, by the way, everybody meeting you guys there. It was so much fun. Thank you all for showing up. I love meeting a lot of you. Some of you I haven't yet. I will soon. So I had a lot of takeaways this time around, actually, but I'm going to share two of them that were my favorite. I loved what the Iron Cowboy said. If you're tired of starting over, then stop quitting. You know, when he said that, that hit home, because me personally, it's something that I had a challenge with recently for a couple of weeks, couple of months. I get on fire, and I stop. And that constantly stopping and starting was, oh my God, it was hard, right? So one of the things that I'm really going to do my very best right now is to focus on being consistent, and not even having high goals is amazing, right? But speaking to Mitch, there's no point of having high goals if you're not going to hit them. It's just going to make you more miserable if you don't hit them. So I'm going to start small, then have a minimum. I'm going to hit them, and I'm going to be, and I'm going to be consistent with that, right? That's the first thing. And the second thing is, I love the huddle that we had with Dustin. I'm actually going to start doing this. He said how he created something that I've been struggling with is KLPs, right? I had a hard time doing KLPs. So Dustin's gave me a great idea. He created KLPs on the spot, out of nowhere, speaking to people. Oh, hey, by the way, tonight, tomorrow, we're having this keto tasting. Just come by, exchange your numbers, and boom. Whether they come or not, it doesn't matter. But you did the activity, It's activity, which is where everything is that, and being consistent. Those were my two takeaways from this event. Thank you guys so much for coming by. Thank you guys for letting me share. Back to you, Cameron.
Thank you, Lonnie. You're awesome. That was amazing, amazing nuggets. Appreciate you. By the way, everyone so far, Dee Dee, Lynn, Lonnie, Alexander, the ladies, you guys are awesome. Next, we're going to have Mr. Tommy Pichardo.
Yes. Hello, everyone. All right.
Hey,
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. It was really neat what happened to me. My biggest takeaway was I had an epiphany moment. it was like, it was accumulation of listening to all the speakers and everything, where all of a sudden I just had this revelation of something deep within me that I said, well, you know what? I need to go talk to everybody that I know, because I all of a sudden I started thinking, you know, if I don't go to these people and they find out later that I was withholding something from them, you know, I don't want to be the one that's, you know, that didn't tell them. I want to be that I told you, I tried to explain to you this thing, and I just didn't want no one to go without hearing about it. So it just fired me up even more to go out there and talk to everybody, present it. It don't matter. And I started doing that. You know, you get rejections. I've had people know I'm not interested, and that's fine. But it took away that fear and intimidation of actually going out and actually reaching out to people that I thought were like on a higher level, right? Which is, it was just amazing. It also it helped me to implement more things. Well, I'm participating in the Keto Life Party with Vaughn in Boynton Beach, but I'm also going to be doing other events, do more belly-to-belly events, do the keto lemonade stands, which I heard about, which was really neat, and just fire up on social media, where I wasn't posting every day on social media, but now I'm going to start posting every day on social media. So it's going to like 10x my activity. So, but I definitely fired me up. The other thing that happened, I used to hear Vaughn talk about, well, you know, it's one thing about being with Prove It, but it's another thing when Prove It gets inside of you. Well, Prove It got inside of me. Yeah.
Yes, love it. I love it, Tommy. That's so awesome. You're right, dude. We have an obligation to share. We have an obligation to share, and it really just takes you see how y'all see how everything kind of is tying together as one big picture, and it's things that we know, but we're reminded, like, you know what, I need to get out of my way, and I have an obligation to share, and we have something incredible to get out there to the world. And at the events, you feed off of the energy and you get invigorated by the community, and you get more and more ideas like the lemonade stand. So thank you so much, Tommy. Appreciate you sharing that. Next, I'm going to hop over to Christin Nugent.
Hey friends, I can count my pulse without even like putting my hand on my carotid artery right now. I promise you. Like, it's bouncing out of my chest. My first piece of advice is this. Do y'all see this right now? This is the book called Iron Cowboy. Okay, this is James Lawrence that talked to us. That's my first piece of advice, okay? No one's going to read it to you. No one's going to summarize what he told us. But if you could get a hold of this, or at least follow him on social media, start inspiring yourself. As Brooke King calls him, he's the white David Goggins. You will love him. Hilarious. But that's my first piece of advice. My biggest takeaway from the entire event was something that Dustin actually said. Well, there's two things. Something that Dustin said in one of our huddles, and it really hit home to me. And I want you guys to really listen to this, because I think it's been 2 years for me, and I think it's finally clicking, and that just shows you never quit, right? Because you're going to learn new stuff along the way. But Dustin said this. Dustin said that him and Francisco CALERO, when they first started this business, Dustin was Francisco's leader. Like, everything Francisco said, everything Dustin said, Francisco did, right? And he led him down a path. And that's why he's had so much success. At this point, they're more partners than Dustin is his leader, right? They're more of a co-partnership. And it really hit home to me that we have to find partners, you guys. I think what's most important is that we have to be led. And I think after a while, sorry. Thanks, Cam. I think after a while, we're such a tight-knit family and such a tight-knit crew that we all become business partners. And I think it's really important that we don't lose sight of the fact that we still need to be led, no matter what level we're at. And so it hit me like a ton of bricks that I need to have a leader. And it doesn't have to be necessarily someone even in Prove It, right? It can be the Iron Cowboy. It can be something that you're reading. It can be, any of the business people that write books and that you're listening to, but you have to be led. And I realized that I need to be led more, right? People might think that you got it all figured out because you've reached a certain rank, but you have to continually be led. And that was super, super important for me. So I'm digging right now to figure out like who my true leaders are going to be, because I have a lot of partners, which is awesome, right? But I need leaders. Like, I need to be led. So that was huge for me. And then just one other thing, action step, because I know we all love action. Something that I really took home with me. So if you guys have a pen and paper, I want you to write this down, because it was super good wording that we learned in one of our breakout sessions with Jessie Lee Ward and Stephanie Milkey and Melissa B. It sounds so silly, but it works. And I've gotten a ton of people ever since we went into action. So you know how when you're following up with people and you're like, hey, Cam, how are your ketones going? right? Hey, Cam, what's your favorite flavor? Well, a lot of us get stuck, right? We don't really know what to say next, and we're all afraid to ask for the sale. We're all afraid to ask for the close. So something that they use is awesome, no matter what they say, to like, yes, the ketones, this is my favorite flavor. Your answer is always going to be awesome. Would you like me to show you how to get it 22% off or for free? Can I walk you through placing your order? Like, for me, that was awesome. Like, that's not salesy. You're actually helping them. Would you like me to show you how to get it for 22% off or for free? Question mark. Can I walk you through placing your order? Question mark, smiley face. Amazing action step. You're not having to ask for a sale. You're not having to close hard. You're trying to hold their hand. You're trying to save them money, and you are closing them. And the last thing, I know we're supposed to keep this short, but Melissa B said something really powerful, y'all. She said that she has actually not talked to one of her siblings in over 6 months because of this business, and because she went head first into this business. And by the way, she received like every award this week. And she started crying, but she said, you know what? It's okay. It's okay that I lost like a brother or sister temporarily, because look what I've gained in return. She's gained an entire family and Prove It. So sometimes we have to cut our losses and realize that once Prove It's in us, we may not have everybody like loving us still, but you're going to gain so much more if you just keep focused on what you're doing and change lives, because it's all going to come back to you in the end.
I love that, Kristen. And hey, no problem on going over, because that was fire and that was awesome action steps. So thank you for sharing that. Thank you for that reminder. To just, ask more questions when we do our follow-ups. It's never just, okay, yay, I'm glad you're loving your ketones. No, it's like, hey, are you getting them for free? By the way, you would be so super awesome at sharing these with me. Like, this is such a powerful product, as you see. Why don't we lock arms together and share these things together? So I love that, Kristen. You're amazing. Thank you so much for sharing. All right, y'all, we're getting to the end of our lineup here. We got a couple more good shares. I'm going to pop it over to Bobble Jo and Kylie. Y'all there? Bobble Jo?
Sorry, I was still on mute.
Hey
guys,
all the
Bobble Jo
time.
from Tennessee. I just want to share a couple things that I took away. I've been at every event since I've joined Prove It, and I ditto everything everyone said about just getting to the event and showing up. So 2 things that I'm going to tie together. One is something I've heard BU say at every event that I've been to, or that we've talked about. And that's, what kind of legacy are you leaving? That really hit home with me this event. And the second one is proximity is power, that I think Lynn already touched on. So how I'm going to tie those 2 things together is that I brought my daughter with Kylie to Vegas. And this was her first event. She's tried the product, but that was about the extent of it. To her, it was, I'm going with my mom for a 5-day trip to Vegas, right? But while she was there, seeing her get so inspired and seeing the changes that the proximity of being with this family was, it really changed what I feel like is my answer to BU's question now about what legacy are you leaving? Because now I see I can bring her with me into this business, introduce her to this positivity, to the proximity of power that this family has brought to me, because my original why has always been that I wanted to find myself again, and in finding myself, then I can share that with other people. And I really just didn't realize how powerful that was, or what part of that, what legacy are you leaving that was going to be, that was so close to me in bringing Kylie with me. So I'm not sure if you got 10 seconds for her to share, but she is on the call if you want to unmute.
Love to hear from Kylie.
Hey guys, I'm Kylie. I'm from Knoxville, Tennessee.
We've heard so much about you. No, just kidding. Go ahead.
So kind of to tie in what my mom just said, we had a huddle with Dustin, and I don't remember the name of the person that said this, but it was towards the end, and they said, that they had ran into people all over the event that were saying, not everyone has this. Not everyone has the team that we have. Not everyone has the support that we have, or the huddles that we have. And so we were at breakfast the next morning, and Lauren was talking, and I just couldn't help but share, like, I wouldn't have been there, and I wouldn't have signed up as a promoter while I was there and got inspired by all of you if I didn't have this. So we're super lucky to have the team that we have, and the support that we have behind us.
I love that. Well, welcome to the team officially. We're super excited to have you on board with us. And we know you're going to build something huge and affect a lot of lives and help a lot of young people, get started on a really great foot. So happy to have you, girl. Thanks for sharing. We're going to pop over now to another one of our champs, Vaughn Hendricks.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for jumping on. Vaughn Hendricks here with Daniela Yanez.
And Daniela.
So, I mean, the events changed my lives. You know what I mean? Every time we go, it's something new. But it was pretty simple for me this time. But a couple things that stood out to me is how, powerful you can be and how doing this with either your significant other or somebody like that, your partner is. You look at Nick Martinez and his wife and the Milkies and things like that. This is possible to be done, as a partnership like that. Not all businesses are that way, and what I love is how we're inspiring people to do that, and how Nick has the Zoom that we put on about couples working together and things like that, and how to make it easier to do that. That was one of the things that I took away. But another one is, if you guys can get to the event a day early and stay a day late, that's magical. You're going to find a lot of magic in that. I know sometimes time can be tough and it's a constraint for a lot of us, but get there a day early and stay a day late, that's where the magic is. The huddles, the magic are in the huddles afterwards. I know it's late sometimes, but try to stretch yourself. Try to, be there at those huddles, because that's where the golden nuggets are dropped. And just like Kylie was saying, we're seriously blessed to have the community we have. I have so many people come up to me during these events and say they don't have anybody. They don't know where to huddle up. They don't know what to do, And I'm like, well, just come with us. You know what I mean? Like, we're one team, one dream. Like, come on, bring it in, because I don't want anybody to feel that way in this company, because everybody has magic. Everybody has a gift to give. And we would be disempowering other people to share this and get the conversation out there with people that we may never touch or have a reach to without these other people. And if they feel disempowered because they don't have a support group, why would we not be that support group for them, right? So, for me, that's super, super powerful to allow, as there are leaders, they could be like, no, we don't want anybody else on our team. No, we're not like that. Let's share the love. Let's share everything we have. And my biggest takeaway was meeting Joe Rochester at the Venetian and walking through. And one of my biggest things is keep it simple. This is a very simple and duplicatable process. And all we really have to do is share the campfire video like we've done from the very beginning. He asked me, as we started talking, he goes, so how many campfire videos did you share so far? And it slapped me in the face. I was like, 0. You know what I mean? This is a guy that's opening up different international markets and different places. And like this is a guy at a high level. And what's he doing? He's sending campfire videos out. Guys, if that doesn't explain what we do here, send campfire videos out and then make a connection, right? So that was very powerful to me, to simplify it. Listen to other people as they talk. Listen to what they are, who they are. Find out a little more about them. Naturally, it'll come back to what you do. But don't jump in with what you do. Like, oh, I sell a ketone product. I know we're all passionate about it. And I know it's like, man, I want to give this to you. I want to give this to you. But sometimes if you just listen a lot more, it becomes a lot easier. This isn't a sale. Ultimately, there is a sale at the end of this, but really it's about building your relationships. So that's what I would say. Danielle, I don't know if you had anything, but it's been amazing.
So all my things that I was going to say, but yeah, I agree completely with him. And definitely, just be you and don't try to be somebody else, and just be natural. You don't have to come up and be like somebody that you're not, just share your experience, and the conversation just comes out naturally every time. And if you're wearing the conversation and you're here at the extra, people are like, oh, keto, I'm doing the keto diet and things like that, and then it's an opening right there. But
yes,
thank you for letting us share.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you both. That was super, super awesome. Very great takeaways. Thank you. We're down to the final stretch, y'all. We got 2 people. We got just a couple minutes. So I'm actually going to jump a little out of order. And if Miss Caroline is on, I was trying to see if I could see you there. Caroline, are you on?
Yes, I'm here.
Yay. Hey, Caroline.
Hey, everyone. Hey, Cameron.
Hi. Give us stuff, sister.
So, some of my biggest takeaways was from Dr. Ford. He said to think of yourself as a startup and always strive for more. And he said, it's not no fear, it's no fear, KNOW, not NO. That would allow you to better yourself. That will allow you to go after what you're going after. And also, Joseph McCollin, he spoke about, he said, just talk to people. And when he said that, it resonated with me because that was hard for me to just talk to people. But after hearing him speak, and it made an impact on me, because I said, you know what, why did I think it was so hard to talk to people? It's not that hard. We let the fear get in us before we even take action. So it meant a lot to me, because I went to my first event last year, and after that event, you know, it allowed me to keep coming back, because I realized, like, these events really do, like, prove it to come in you. And once you do that, it's like no going back. And it's just amazing. And I'm just happy that I did not allow fear to make me miss this event.
Yes, absolutely. That was so good, Curly. Thank you. It was fun to see you. Catch that Prove It fire while you were there. So appreciate you, Sharon. And last but certainly not least, we're going to hop over to our fearless leader, Francisco CALERO. I hear that he doesn't have much of a voice, so we might have to lip read, but he just wanted to at least say hello. So Francisco.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? Yeah, my boy, I actually just had like 5 cough drops while I was on this Zoom, just so I can talk a little bit. But, you know, it's been an awesome weekend, and thank you all for hosting this, Cameron, and for everyone who spoke. Those are absolutely amazing takeaways, and everyone who showed up. And, you know, I love the Epik Awards event. It's an amazing event, but there was a lot of things that we took away from there, and you heard them tonight. But I want to give you a couple of them that I think are very important. First of all, there's a lot of new things coming out, guys. We have something, an extension of the 10-day challenge. They saw a gap that people were doing the 10-day challenge and then kind of coming off of it and not starting back up. So they found a gap there. And so we created something that goes from the 10-day challenge into an 8-week challenge. And then from there, it allows them to really stay on it. All right. And so you're going to get some training on that coming out soon. So look forward to that, because we constantly are optimizing our system. But not only that, to support you, there's now a site. There's a site that is going to be able to answer all the questions. When someone starts a 10-day challenge, that your customers will be able to go to, and they can, boom, type in, you know, their weight, their everything, and it's going to answer all the questions. It's going to coach them, essentially. It's like a personal pocket coach, and instead of you having to do it. How many of you guys find value in that, right? Would that be awesome if you didn't have to like know everything to tell your customers, but we can just send them to a site and it prompted them step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, and all you have to do is, you know, hold them accountable, right? Let them know, hey, this is what I want you to do first, right? Move them into it. So I just love where we're at as a company on the tools and systems that we're coming out. And speaking of systems, I do believe that this is all about systems. One of the craziest things about what we've done as a team is we actually created something unbelievable without any systems, which is crazy. Like, it's mind blowing. I actually spent some time with Nick Sarnicola. He's like, I don't know how you guys did it. You guys really don't have any systems. He's like, it's crazy that you guys created such a massive company without any systems. So, you know, as we start to integrate systems and make this easier and more duplicatable, that excites me so much, because it's going to give every single person that comes on board the best chance to get the best results possible, you know, based on what they want. And so we're really excited about that. And with that, there's going to be some cool stuff, even as you start to achieve. You know, I know you guys know what Rank 6 Champ is. But, as you get into rank 6 champ, they're going to start giving out really cool ways for you to grow in your leadership. Something called the lab pass, where once you hit rank 6 champ, you get the car bonus. You get the rank 6 champion bonus, and all these great things. But now we're also going to give you something that is a gift from the company that's going to allow you to take a handful of people to a lab tour. It's a private exclusive just for any new ranked 6s, which is awesome. Imagine taking you and your team, like your top 5 people, to the lab tour. Like, what do you think that's going to do for them? Has anyone ever done the lab tour? Oh my God, it's amazing. It makes it tangible. You realize the quality control that we have in the state-of-the-art facility. We are light years ahead of anybody else who's putting it on a Walmart shelf, which is why we're so great, right? We have a high caliber product. But once you hit rank 7, you're going to get this thing called an HQ tour, where you get to go to HQ with your team. And then there's another one. I forgot what was rank 8, Cameron? Do you remember? It was like a private mastermind where you and your team get to meet in Louisville and then go to, what was that?
The HQ pass.
Yeah. Oh, I thought there was a different one where they go to Disney, I think.
From Louisville to Orlando.
Yeah, from Louisville to
They start at HQ. They start at HQ. They do a private mastermind and then take the private jet.
So I think that's for rank 8. But just think about how awesome that is. Our company is opening up all this opportunity for you to integrate yourself. As you grow, we want to make sure that you have the right leadership skills. So it's really paving the way for you to grow, because I can tell you, like, as you start to build a team, it gets awesome, and you want to grow as an individual so you can lead your team in the best ways. And, we know that you can. So with that said, those are just a couple things that I saw that I'm really excited about from the company, that are just tools. So look forward to that, and just, have a vision of where the company is going. We're only 4 years in, guys. We're just really understanding what we've done and calibrating this machine, this well-oiled machine, to become a freaking rocket ship, man. We're going to go to the moon and travel in the universe, like, for real. And one of my favorite things about the Epik Awards is that, it's there to acknowledge those people that did perform all year, that did stay consistent, that did grow. I can tell you this, the last 3 years, we had a lot of people on stage. We had a lot of people, we grew a lot. We had, I was on stage quite a bit. I can tell you this last year, we had a handful of people on stage, and congratulations to all of you. Seriously, like, you guys, the contributors, all the rank 6s, all the rank 7s, all the rank 8s that went on stage, in general, the company, but also our team, anyone who went on stage, congratulations. But, one of the biggest things that, and just to be a little vulnerable, is that makes me sad, is that we didn't actually do a better job of getting more of our team on stage, truly. And so that's something that, I know that our company, our team, our leadership is dedicated to doing, is making sure that if you want to be on that stage, if you want to go up there for achieving, we want to give you the right tools and the time and the training, so you can get up on there. And we know this, Jesse Lee said it on stage, is that when you first start, guess what? You're going to suck at it. You are. Just get over it. Like, get over yourself. You're going to suck. You're going to suck again, but you got to do it, right? You got to do it and do it some more. You're going to suck a little bit more, but then you're going to start to get a little bit better, right? And you're going to start to get a little bit better, but you're still going to suck often, right? But you get better, you get better, you get better. And then you start to get good. And then you start to get, wow, you start to impress yourself, and you start to realize that you have it in you, because it's not you right now, your certain circumstance right now, it's who you're becoming. And so understand that, because I think it's very important that a lot of times people judge themselves on what they do right now, because you get 2 or 3 or 5 no's. That doesn't mean that you can't do this. It only means that we need to practice some more, and we need to re-strategize and help you learn and grow. And one of the best things that you can do is plug yourself into the community, because if you're not going to plug yourself, if you're not plugged into the community, you're going to find self-defeat. You're not going to have anyone to give you a warm hug and support you and cheer you on, because every team needs each other. The team needs each other. Your presence matters, truly. And that's why we talk about these events so much. And that's why we talk about these Zooms and coming to these training things, because we need you just as much as you need us. And together we can become, and together we will have more people on that stage than any other team in the entire company. I guarantee it. So let's move forward in 2020. I'm really excited. You know, yeah, dare to suck, right, Kristen? Suck. Get good, get good, and then become a master at this, because we know you can be, right? Yeah. So awesome, guys. Thanks so much, Cameron. Appreciate it. Everyone.
No, that's awesome. So good. Thanks. You hit on some really important stuff that we left out, so I appreciate that. You guys, we're going to go ahead and call this thing, and I really appreciate y'all for hopping on. I want to just say really quick, I hope that what you got out of this, well, I hope you got a lot out of it. I hope you have a whole page of notes. Yeah, we have some celebrity trainers going. Like, there's so many things literally still coming to our memory that we heard about. But now more than ever, you want to stay plugged in. Make sure you're getting your Prove It Pulse notifications. Make sure you're watching the Facebook page, the group. We are on a pursuit to help every single one of you and every single person out there that wants more for their lives, to help you achieve everything that you want. And what we all took away from this weekend, you guys, is that we have the most amazing product. We have the most amazing community. We have the most innovative of everything that we can possibly have. And you have everything inside of you, most importantly. As long as we dare to dream and dare to get uncomfortable and dare to push ourselves beyond that level of what is comfortable, we will achieve. And next year, every single one of you can be on that stage, because you know what? I've been in this company for almost 4 years, and I saw people on that stage that have been in that just came in a year ago, came in 2 years ago, have never received one single award, and they were on that stage getting every award. And that is because they had a mindset shift, and they realized what they wanted, and they committed to that, and they pushed forward, and they didn't let anything stop them. And if we all do that, you guys, we will go absolutely as far as we want to with this. So never give up, never stop, stay plugged in. We have something super powerful. Thank you guys for staying on with us. I hope that you got some value out of this. And we will share the replay as soon as we have it. So appreciate you guys so much. Have an amazing night. Thanks to everyone who shared. Love you guys. We'll see you in Dallas, April 2nd through the 5th. Jump on the poll. Stay tuned. We should have early bird tickets coming out soon. See y'all soon. Love you. Have a good night. Bye.